Well, good morning, students. It's good to be here with you this morning. The program we are presenting to you is called The Price Tag of Sex, and this morning we're going to be looking at sexuality from a physical, emotional and a spiritual point of view. Now, we're going to be showing you some footage from Pam Stenzel's DVD. I guess we were so impressed by what she had to say when we were in America, heard her speaking at a conference there, and we were just so inspired by what she had to say that we just felt that young people here in Australia really needed to hear this message. And so this is our 8th year that we've been travelling around Australia to high schools and overseas presenting this message. And it's just been interesting to us to find that no matter where we go, young people say to us that it's good that somebody's talking about this subject, and it's good that somebody's telling us the truth. And you'll certainly hear that this morning.
Sex is not a bad thing. Sex is a very special, beautiful, unique gift that God has given to each and every one of you. And God says, keep your sexuality in the box of marriage. If you keep it in the box of marriage, there's safety. You take it out of that box and you leave yourself wide open to STDs and pregnancy. So God's not out there trying to spoil our fun when it comes to our sexuality. God wants to protect us and give us the best sex life possible. That's why he said, keep it in the box of marriage.
God created sex. God wants you to have a great sex life. He does. Wants you to have awesome sex. He's not out here to ruin your fun. God put boundaries around sex, and when sex has boundaries, it's a really good thing. I'm going to give you a simple rules. Make sure you all get this. If you'll abide by this, you can breathe. You can go, oh, it's not me. Thank you very much. Okay? Here it is. I think you can all get this. You ready? Here's a simple rule. Keep your pants on. Simple, right? I mean, if you've done that, you're fine. If you haven't done that, you need to get tested. Take care of it. Pregnancy is not the worst thing that could happen to you. I can walk you through a pregnancy you didn't plan. Far worse things. However, over 9 years, I had to tell a lot of young girls their test was positive.
When I found out I was pregnant in my final year of high school, my first thought was my life is over. I was devastated. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. Things like this didn't happen to girls like me. I came from a good family, got good marks at school, wasn't wild or partied too much. So I didn't know what to do or where to turn. When you're a teenager, you think you're invincible and you think nothing bad will ever happen to you. After talking over with my boyfriend what we could do, we thought that abortion was the only option that we had. The only other person I thought of who to talk to was our school nurse, and she was great, offered me lots of advice, but she really insisted that I should tell my parents. I didn't want to tell my parents because I was just so ashamed, but I plucked up the courage, and it was the best thing I probably could have ever done. They were really supportive after getting over the shock and just helped me so much. We talked through all my options, and they were against abortion but said they would support whatever I just chose to do. We talked about the positives and negatives that came with abortion and having a baby. I was still torn and I didn't really know what to do, so we decided I'd go down to an abortion clinic. I didn't really want to have an abortion, but I also didn't want to live up to the consequences of my actions. So when I got there, I thought I could talk myself into it, but I couldn't. It was just too hard and I couldn't bring myself to kill an innocent life. So once we'd made that decision, we came home and had a positive attitude towards it. We talked to my school and they were really great. They worked it out so that I could keep going to school, and I also kept participating in all of the school activities. Our high school formal is a really big important part of our social calendar from the school. So when my baby was due a week before, we didn't think I'd get there. I was really disappointed, but knew that having a baby was much more important. 3 days before my high school formal, I gave birth to my beautiful baby daughter. And defying expectations, we went home and went to my formal with baby in tow. And that was great, and everyone was so supportive, and we just had a blast. Now it's been a year since then, and I'm looking after my gorgeous daughter at home and also studying uni externally to fulfill my dream of becoming a high school teacher.